Aloha one and all, Michael Kilomaltengon here, just finishing off our little project of the evening with the cane grass and opening up visibility for my ohana and I, and for the upcountry Maui, particularly Kula areas, to see safely traffic that's passing by on the street. I'm pooped, man. I wanted to chime in again on a couple pieces in terms of work and some pieces to clarify. One, first and foremost, that the piece in terms of doing things we don't necessarily want to do. Oh, I'm going to sit down for this one. When we really focus on things that we're comfortable with, things that we have done and continue to do in our lives, we tend to create the same things again and again and again. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, yet if we're dedicated to growth, if we're dedicated to doing and being more, then it indeed requires more of us and from us. And as we walk that path, we really do come into better communication with ourselves in ways that we would not have otherwise. And that indeed is what I mean. So not necessarily subjecting ourselves to that which we really don't want to do, just that with our built-in preferences, we tend to like life to be comfortable. Yet, if we're talking about growth, much like I experienced in many years of personal training, is that when we go through the process of exercising, particularly those parts of ourself that have been subject to disuse, we just haven't used it. So when we start to use it, all of a sudden, one, it's uncomfortable. Two, it tends to hurt. And three, ultimately it spurs a process of growth. And so in that process of growth with work, then a second realization is that working smarter, not harder, being more effective with the energy that we use, and allocating ourselves in ways that make the most sense really is so much easier. For a number of years I had this need to prove to myself that I was a man and that I need to do things the hard way, and really it's a big lie. I mean, there's nothing that we can do that necessarily speaks to the quality of the person that we are, and yet I attempted to. And so in doing so, I often opted to celebrate my victories and successes because I had something to prove to myself. And in being able to work smarter means that I use my energy much more economically, that we are better at what we do because we can do more by effectively doing less. And when we come into that sweet spot, when we get into that place where we're really in the flow of things and we're able to exercise less energy, we tend to be less stressed, and we tend to do more by doing less. And so that's something about work, really is when we get out of our own way and really into that state of flow, things move so much more easily. And when we're in that state of ease, it indeed becomes effortless. And when we're in that place of effortlessness, then we can do more for not merely ourselves, for those around us as well. Yep, that's it. Done with the cane grass. I'm going to go shower because I got fibers all over the place. Have a great evening. Love and aloha to you all. Take care of each other, and ahuiho.